Hello guys, welcome to this video where I'm gonna explain you how it works our scanner and of course how you can use this tool to of course maximize your results in trading, right? So first things first, it's important to understand that this was a technology that works with AI that was developed by us, by our company, okay? And you're gonna find this tool inside your trading view, right? The only way you can access this tool it's by invite only, right? So you need to request this tool and we need to accept on our end, right? Because this is a private tool that was developed by us. And as you can see, you will find this tool in the indicators tab in your trading view. You need to request the access and we're going to accept on our end, okay? And then you're going to have the indicator, the scanner that names XZenit AI. Once you have this indicator and you have this on your trading view, you will be able to access this tool and that will give you these entry opportunities on your trading view, right? So besides that, you understanding that this was a technology that we developed, of course, to help the people to have this technology that works with AI, and of course, to help them to maximize their results without us. Because imagine this it's the same thing as having our brains, our strategy that was coded with AI inside your trading view, where you can access 24/5 without us. Because imagine that we are not able to be in the markets in one day. Let's say we are not able to do, for example, a live session. Let's say that that day we cannot send a trade alert. You will have this tool where you can use and you can access your trading view and you will have trade opportunities given by the scanner, right? So right now it's important for you to understand how it works, right? So let's go straight into that. First thing first, it's important to understand where is the pairs that it works the scanner. So for now, as we are doing major updates also in this scanner, and on the future it will work basically in every single pair, but for now it works on SHA-USD, that is the gold, it works on NASDAQ, NAS 100, BTC USD, US 30, and SP 500, right? This is the pairs that the technology works for now. Second point, it's important to understand how, of course, you're going to do your entries. For example, you have the scanner confirming a possibility. Every time that we will have a trade opportunity, you will see that on your trading view. The invalidation level, golden window, target interest 1, 2, and 3. This is the entries that is given by the scanner, right? So every time that you see that on your trading view, okay, it means that the scanner is giving you an entry opportunity. So what is the important part now? Is you understanding how you're going to open your trade, right? So to entry and to open your trade, you will have every time two possibilities, right? You can entry, the entry can be on the beginning the golden window, okay? Because every time you will have an entry opportunity, you will see that on your trading view. Golden window. It's basically this yellow box here that you can see, right? So to enter in the trade, you have two possibilities. You can either enter on the beginning of the golden window, okay? For example, an entry like that, where the stop loss is in the validation level, and of course you're gonna target the target interest 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this is the first possibility that you have. The second possibility, let's say that you missed the first entry, okay, you were not able to entry on the beginning of the golden window. Now you have the second opportunity. For that you will need to wait for the retest on the 50%, as you can see here, 50% of the golden window, okay? So 50% of this yellow box, right? So in this case, the entry and the retest on the 50% of this golden window would be here, okay? Stop loss in the invalidation level, and again, you will target the target interest 1, 2, and 3. Okay, in this case the trade went almost to the target interest 2, giving of course a really good risk reward 2.26, right? It's a very good risk reward, meaning that for example in this case you would be risking for example $100 and you would have made $220 with this trade. Okay, this is the first point for you guys to understand how you're gonna open your trades with the scanner. Okay, the third thing to understand, it's the time frames that it works. Okay, for example you have two possibilities again. You can use this for example as a scalping tool, where you're going to use for example in the 1 minute 3 minutes time frame, where your goal is to scalp, it's to catch moves and be an out, to be in the market and out of the market quick. Okay, for that you're going to do scalping in the 1 minute and 3 minutes time frame, and for that reason you will find more entry opportunities. Okay, on the 5 minutes and 15 minutes you will find less opportunities because it's a higher time frame. It's for you guys to do for example day trading. On that case, you for example you can open a trade and let it run a bit. For example, you can put a trade, let it run to target interest 1 2, close partials, protect the trade, and let the rest run, because the the goal here is to do day trade. Okay, you have the two possibilities: either you can scalp in the smaller time frames, or you can use in the 5 minutes and 15 minutes to of course find trade opportunities to let them run. Okay, the fourth point to understand about the scanner, it's for now it works in the beginning of New York session. Okay, we are doing also some updates on that, and you guys will have access to that as well. That will work also on London and Asia session. Okay, and as you can see, the stop loss and take profit is also given by the scanner. Okay, in this case it's the invalidation level. That it means, for example, if you enter the trade here, market goes against us, if it breaks this low over here, it's our invalidation level, and for that reason we would have to assume loss in this case. Okay, if the market goes in our favor to target interest 1 2 and 3, it's our levels to take the profits out. Okay, it's basically given by the scanner. Every time you guys will see this layout presented in your trading view, it means that the scanner is giving you guys a trade opportunity. Okay, one of the most important points here, that is a recommendation for you guys from me, that of course it will help you guys to maximize the results, okay, and have better results using the scanner. It's understanding this point here: higher probability when the highs and lows of the scanner is close or they are the same from the previous session. So what this means? It means that if you are doing an entry on the beginning of the New York session, it means that the previous session was London session, right? So let's see an example here. This is the second example, guys, that I want to show you. Okay, because as you can see here, we have London session. This was the high of London session, and this was the low of London session. And as you can see in this case, every time, every day, the scanner will mark the highs and lows. Okay, and when you have these highs and lows from the scanner close or they are the same from the previous session, London session in this case, you will have a higher probability that these trades will go well and we will make money with these setups. Okay, just because the probability is higher. Let's say for this example, for you guys to understand what I'm saying. Okay, as you know about our strategy, the scanner works with our entry confirmations. Okay, that's why, for that reason, let me tell you guys in this video also that is important for you guys to understand the basics first. Okay, the basics about the market, the basics about structures, and of course the basics about our strategy, because that way you will use this tool to maximize that result. Okay, the point here is not for you guys to rely just on this tool. Okay, This was a tool that we create for you guys to maximize your results even when we are not in the markets, okay? And for that reason, it's important for you guys to understand the basics, okay? So let me go and dive in this example, right? So as you guys know about our strategy, this is a common thing that happens almost every single day. That's what we called a liquidity sweep. And this example, this is an entry confirmation about our strategy. As soon as the market came with volume in the beginning of the York session, after doing this liquidity sweep, the scanner gave our entry opportunity. So again, you would have two possibilities here: entering on the beginning of the golden window, stop loss down below, and target interest 1, 2, and 3. Okay, first one 2.32 risk to reward. Very good, right? Or, as you guys know, second entry opportunity, it's the 50% of the golden window, right? So 50% of the golden window is right here. Invalidation level would be our stop loss, and again, we would have target interest 1, 2, and 3. Okay? On that case, just because our entry was down below, as you know, that's a possibility for us to maximize our risk to reward. That is very good and very important. Okay? In that case, our entry would have given us almost a 1 to 4 trade. And as you can see, the market even went higher, okay? Almost 1 to 6, 1 to 7 if you guys have hold this trade, right? So that's very easy to use our scanner once you understand how it works, okay? Here we have even another example that was a loss, okay? That's also important to understand that nothing in trading has 100% win rate, okay? In that case, for example, it gives us entry opportunity, entry here, invalidation level, but this one went to our invalidation level. And we would have closed our trade in loss over here, okay? But the most important part here to understand is that since our scanner have a very good risk to reward, that's the only thing you guys need to do, okay? And for me to end this video, let me tell you this: when it comes to trading, it's important for you guys to know about risk management as well. Because since this is a tool that you will use and has not 100% win rate, nothing in trading has, in fact, you guys will need to manage the risk, okay? Because let's say you had two entries, very good entries, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So it means you would have done almost 5, 6%. Let's say you are risking 1% per trade for this specific example, right? Here you would have lose 1%. So you are inside the risk management, okay? So again, guys, that's very important for you guys, even using this tool. Always do and control your risk management.